was thinking about what song to share, and so really beautiful song. I have a feeling that we've done it in the past in the Patreon session, but maybe a long time ago. Is a beautiful Sanskrit prayer called Madhurashtakam. Madhurashtakam. It's also known as the Song of Sweetness. Madhura means sweet in Sanskrit. And so this word comes again and again in the song, speaking about the sweetness of Sri Krishna. So I want to sing that with you a little bit later. But also, just it will be a lovely time during the session to check in with some of you. Also take advantage of a smaller group if anyone wants to share anything or has any questions, or you could just actually have an opportunity to interact a little bit more, because normally it gets a little hard with the large group size. And the last thing I want to do, or maybe we'll do this first after we've done our invocation, is I want to show you the cover art for a new EP that we just uploaded it yesterday. So it will come out in, I think, usually you have to give a bit of time for it to get processed. So maybe in 3 or 4 weeks it will come out. And that's, I'll tell you more about that when I show you. I think you probably already know what it is because I've been talking about it so much. So yeah, does that sound good? We'll do for today. So let's start with an invocation, and then I love to start with some of these things. And please do feel free if you want to ask anything or comment, use the chat as always. And it's easier than it used to be because my dear friend Naina is here. She's acting as the host, so you can also direct stuff to her if there's some kind of technical issue. You're like, we can't even hear Janavi or anything like that. Okay. Close our eyes. It is Sunday, and Sunday is traditionally, at least in many or most cultures, a day of some relaxation of our regular routine and also dedicating some time for spirituality. But that said, it's a modern world and we live pretty busy lives, many people, not everyone, but just because it's Sunday, it doesn't mean that the mind is peaceful. The mind can be scattered on so many things. I know this is how I felt when I woke up this morning. Oh, there's so much to do. So this is giving me an opportunity to slow down as well. So we'll start to deepen the breathing through the nose. 2 more deep breaths through the nose. One more. The next inhale, say Om together. Offering prayers to the Guru, spiritual master, and many, many great teachers and masters that have come before, and to all the divine personalities who shower their grace upon us at every moment if we are awake to it. Om Jnana Timirandhasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Paragam Shri Guru Vaishnavascha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakam Sadvetam Savadutam Parijana Samhitam Vishvachetam Yadevam Shri Radha Krishna Padam Sahagana Lata Shri Vishakam Namo Vishnu Padam Krishna Prastaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Nityananda Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharini Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschakyani Shatari Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhaktivinoda. Thank you all so much. Thank you to everyone who's joined just now. Okay, so I was thinking actually maybe it's nice since we're singing already, if we continue singing, we can start with our song. I'm going to post the link to the words in the chat. If you want to, you know, I'm sure all of you know how to minimize the screen so we can see each other and you can still have the words. That's what I'm going to do right now. Actually, it might be in my book here, but let me follow the same one that you're all looking at as well. Madhurashtakam. So this song is written by a great saint, a great devotee of Sri Krishna, known as Sripad Vallabhacharya. And he was, you know, Gauravani and I last time we were speaking about Sri Chaitanya. And so they were contemporaries, you could say. They were, you know, active in sharing their teachings at the same time, sometimes in the same place, but not so much in the same place. Sripad Vallabhacharya was more based in Vrindavan, and Sri Chaitanya visited Vrindavan, but he was more based in initially Bengal, and then later on Jagannath Puri, which is on the far eastern coast of India. East, yes, and that makes up east and west. So he has written many beautiful songs, and actually in that tradition, I don't know if anyone here, is your family following the Pushti Marg tradition? Pushti Marg means literally the the path of grace. Pushti can also mean nourishment. So Pushti Marg is a particular lineage, also of worshipping Krishna, but following just a different lineage of teachers. So, you know, the texts, at least the songs and things like that will be different than what's known as the Gaudiya Vaishnava tradition, which is originating from Bengal. So different languages will be prevalent. In the Pushti Marg tradition, they sing in either Sanskrit or also Hindi, but predominantly Brij Bhasha, which is the language of Vrindavan. And so there's also a very famous poet called Surdas. Many of his compositions are sung in that tradition, and he writes a lot in Brij Bhasha. So this song is in the Sanskrit language, and it's very, very sweet. If you're looking at the words, you can see these. Let me make my screen smaller so I can see you all at the same time. 1 second. So you can see these two beautiful pictures of Krishna at the top. He's just smiling very sweetly. The one on the right-hand side, I did for my mom's, I think it was her 40th birthday, I repainted that picture. It's really sweet. And the song is all about his sweetness. So it starts out, Adharam Madhuram, his lips are sweet. Vadanam Madhuram, his face is sweet. Nayanam Madhuram, his eyes are sweet. Asitam Madhuram, his smile is sweet. Hridayam Madhuram, his loving heart is sweet. Gamanam Madhuram. And I'm remembering, you know, how we would show this in dance, in the traditional dance form. So in dance, they'll do like this for his walk, as he's swaying when he walks. His gait is sweet. And then the line that we end with, Madhuradipater Akilam Madhuram. This is at the end of every verse. So we can say that together. Maybe if some of you, you can be all of you if you want, but you could unmute yourself. We could say this together. Madhur Adipater Akilam Madhuram. Anyone want to have a go? Don't be shy. Nisha, would you like to try? Go on. Okay, one word.
Madhuram.
That was beautiful. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Would anyone else like to try? You don't have to sing it. Just to say the words, or even one word. Madhur Adipater Akilam Madhuram. Sanjeev ji, would you like to try?
Madhur Adipate Akhilam Madhuram.
Beautiful. Thank you.
Thank you.
Jennifer, would you like to try?
Wait, I just lost the text. Okay, here we go. Madhur Adipater Akilam Madhuram.
Beautiful. Yeah, so we'll be singing this line many times. Madhura, because Madhura kind of has the a at the end, but it blends together with Adipater. So Madhuradipater, it's a long a there. Madhuradipater Akilam Madhuram. So it has a really nice rhythm to it. Madhuradipater Akilam Madhuram. So as we sing the song, I think what I'll do is you can, I'm going to sing it slowly, and you can sing along with me if you feel confident. You don't have to be unmuted, of course, because it's even if you only catch the madhuram, every second word is madhuram, so that makes it easy. Even if you can sing madhuram, you just keep madhuram, 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 and you know that it's sweet, 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 speaking about the sweetness. But even the words themselves, many of them are not that hard, and they're spelled out phonetically here, so that makes it easy, like vachanam, charitam, vasanam, valitam, chalitam, brahmitam. And the idea about meditating on this sweetness is that ultimately, this sweetness of divinity, the sweetness of God, the sweetness of Krishna is ever present. But usually, I mean, I speak for myself, there's just a certain sleepiness and ignorance of that, because why should I feel downhearted, disheartened, distracted if I was truly attuned to that sweetness? That's one meaning of the name Govinda, that divine Lord who completely attracts the heart, mind, and senses and saturates them so that there's not really a need for anything else. Everyone is looking for sweetness. Why does anyone do anything in this life? Of course, we do some things for duty and responsibility, but ultimately what we really want is sweetness and happiness and love, beauty. So the song is reminding us of that sweetness in every respect, and also in facilitating a meditation on the sweetness. It's not just a reminder that, hey, you should remember this, but actually in the meditation we become nourished in the heart, that sweetness that we're seeking. So I think I will also read the translation when we're going through the verses, maybe just every 2 verses or something like that. Excuse me, because I'm going to have to also move the words myself. Can't manifest an extra arm. And I'm going to film this as well for my 100-day project on my phone here. It's kind of cheating, but not really. Okay, get stuck.
Genevieve, just quick note, we're getting a couple of
Yep.
comments in the chat that it's a little difficult to hear the harmonium as you play. I wonder if you
Oh,
settings
I
set
forgot to.
background.
Yeah. Sorry, so sorry. Completely forgot about that. Thank you. That was good timing, because I would have I always do that and I forgot. See, my mind is distracted. Okay, that should have solved it now. That sounds good, right? And can you hear the tanpura?
Yeah, that sounds much better now. Thank you.
All together. His flute playing is sweet. His foot dust is sweet. His hands are sweet. His feet are sweet. His dancing is sweet. His friendship is sweet. Everything is completely sweet about the Lord of sweetness. His song is sweet, his drinking is sweet, his eating is sweet, his sleeping is sweet, his beautiful form is sweet, his tilak, the mark on his forehead, is sweet. We can say this together. Everything is sweet, completely sweet, about the Lord of sweetness. His activities are sweet. His conquest is sweet. His thieving, his stealing, he steals butter, he steals a lot of things, is sweet. His love sports are sweet. His offerings are sweet. His whole countenance, his whole appearance is supremely sweet. Everything is completely sweet about the Lord of sweetness. Salilam madhuram kamalam madhuram madhuradipate rakilam madhuradipate rakilam. We come back to the translation. Let's do 7. Let's try and sing this one together if you've caught the tune now. Gopi Madhura, Leela Madhura, Yuktam Madhuram, Muktam Madhuram, Drishtam Madhuram, Shishtam Madhuram, Madhuradipate Rakilam Madhuram, Madhuradipate Rakilam Madhuram. So this verse 6 is so beautiful. It's mostly a meditation on his appearance and then the beautiful Yamuna River in Vrindavan, just looking out at the Hudson River here. And to be on the riverbank, you can always think of Sri Krishna. So sweet is that river, sweet are her rippling waves. The water itself is sweet, and also the lotus flowers that grow in that water. Next, the vision of Vrindavan with Krishna's cowherd girlfriends, the gopis, who are also sweet. His pastimes with them are sweet. His meeting them is sweet. His rescue, sometimes he even rescuing them. There was once a pastime called Nauka Lila, where they were on a boat on the water, and it was actually something that he engineered, but he was playing the part of the boatman. He was rowing them or ferrying them, but then he arranged that it would start to get stormy and the boat would start to rock, and they were all saying, "Oh no, what's going to happen?" And so he had to save them. And so these pastimes are so sweet. His sidelong glances are sweet. His etiquette is sweet. Everything is completely sweet about the Lord of sweetness. And the last verse, it speaks about him with his boyfriends, his cowherd boyfriends. They are sweet. The cows they herd are sweet. His cane, his herding stick is sweet. His whole creation is sweet. His walking, trampling, it's an interesting one, is sweet. His accomplishment is sweet. Everything is sweet about the Lord of sweetness. Let's do 7 and 8 together one more time. We can sing them both one after each other. I'm going to make this slightly faster as well. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. One more time. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Last time. Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. All together one last time. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Madhuradipate, Akilam Madhuram, Madhuradipate, Akilam Madhuram, Madhuradipate, Akilam Madhuram, Madhuradipate, Akilam So beautiful. It feels like you can just go into a completely different world, isn't it? It's really amazing. That beautiful Mahamantra melody, if I am remembering correctly, and so I will correct myself if I'm wrong later, but there's an amazing resident of Vrindavan, that place of Shri Krishna. He's passed away now, but his name was Madan Mohan Brijvasi, and he was renowned for his kirtan, and there are many melodies that people sing that they had originally heard from him. So there's a beautiful place in that realm of Braj known as Barsana, the place of Srimati Radharani, and there's a temple at the top of a hill, and there are many, many steps going up to that temple. So he used to live in that area, and one of his sevas was sweeping the steps of the temple, and he was such a deep, just completely saturated with devotion, and he actually passed away, as far as I recall. I hope I'm remembering this correctly, but he actually passed away on the steps. He just suddenly left his body, and this is what he had always prayed for, that may I leave my body whilst I'm in the midst of seva. I'm just sweeping and singing. He would always, sing and do kirtan for the Lord. So if you want to know more about him, actually, somebody that there's two people that are friends of mine who know a lot about him. One is my friend Rupa Manjari. She's on Instagram. I highly recommend to follow her, because she's an incredible singer, and not just a singer, she's just an artist in every respect. She's full art flowing out in all ways. She's a Sanskrit scholar. She's plays the violin. She's a classical singer. She makes cakes. She's like in every way. But she's spent a lot of time in her childhood with Madan Mohan Brijvasi and many of the sadhus in Barsana. So she knows a lot of the songs that he taught. I'll type her name in the chat. A lot of the songs and the Mahamantra melodies, she knows them all. So she's an amazing resource. And also Gauravani, who was on the chat last time. I'm sure he didn't have as much connection with him, but He actually came, I don't know when it was, but he came to America. He did a tour in America, and he did kirtan at Gauravani's home, and I know that they had a very meaningful exchange. So if you're also on Gauravani's Patreon, maybe you can ask him next time. Today Janavi says we want to hear something about Madan Mohan Brijvasi. I'll type his name in here too. So thank you for joining me in that, and that was I loved singing that, and I always find that when you sing it slowly as well, it's really nice because you can just absorb the meaning. I hope you enjoyed it too. So Anmol would like to say something. Yes, I see you there, Anmol. Just one moment. I wanted to also address Emma's question. Was asking, so before we go into questions and things, I just wanted to make sure to show you this because I wanted you to be the first to see. Let me share my screen. Actually, since Naina's the host, I don't think I can share my screen. Yeah, can you make me the host? Okay. Very messy screen here. I just wanted to show you this. Anyway, open with preview. Yes. So this is the new EP that's going to be coming out, and on the right hand side there is Geraldine Glass, my friend who's an expert with this crystal bowls. These bowls that I shared with you a couple sessions ago, I got from her. And yeah, I'm excited to share this. It's the first time that I'm sharing a recording of these type of offerings, even though it's something I've been doing for about 5 years now in a live context. And so if any of you are in New York in May, June, July, or August, we're going to do a monthly sound bath style immersive experience. Will be something special for all the senses, and we're going to do that at the Bhakti Center. So the first one will be in May, in alignment with the release of this EP. So hope that you enjoy it, and looking forward to sharing that. Let me stop sharing. How do I stop sharing now? Stop sharing. And just in case you didn't know, that artwork is by Kaveri, my friend Kaveri, who's been doing basically everything. It's from the first time we started working together. Now we're doing everything together. Okay, so Emma was asking, I'd like to read the Bhagavad Gita, wondering if you have any recommendations on the best way to get started for a beginner to appreciate and understand it. There's two things that I normally recommend for the Bhagavad Gita. I do see that it can be a struggle to read it, especially with the Sanskrit and just understanding it, especially the first chapter is quite heavy with a lot of names, and it's setting the context, but also it can be, if you're not used to those types of names and the references to all it's referring to a lot of the things that are happening on a battlefield. So that can be a bit hard going. So there's a few recommendations. Maybe if you are just picking it up and you want to browse and you want to sort of get into it like that, starting on the second chapter sometimes can be helpful, and you can always go back to the first. But primarily I would recommend learning it with someone, going through with someone, with a teacher. So I do highly recommend the Bhakti Center's Gita courses, or if you can find, if there's any center or teacher that's near you that's more convenient to learn with a teacher, But we can, I can share a link with you, Emma, or with the whole group if other people also want for the Bhakti Center's courses. And then the other recommendation I had was, I'm going to type it in here. There are many different renditions of the Bhagavad Gita, many translations and renditions of it. The one that I follow as a source text is Bhagavad Gita As It Is by Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. But a student of Bhaktivedanta Swami, whose name is Ranchor Prime, he wrote a rendition of the Gita based on his gurus, which is Bhagavad Gita As It Is. But it's just English, only English with no Sanskrit verses, and it's written in a bit more of a, there's an easy flow to the reading of it. So I also recommend that for many people. I'm putting that in the chat now. Okay, and Anmol wanted to share something.
Yes. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Please accept my humble obeisance. I want to confess one thing. It's being in more than a year for me to be in this Patreon group, but never being able to express myself, like how much I admire you. It's just because of that inspiration I have from you. You are like a hero for me in this bhakti life. I can remember the time like when I was really low in my life, but your kirtans really helped me a lot. From being chanting no rounds to getting to 16 rounds chanting just
Wow.
because of your kirtans. You are being a ray of light for me. I cannot express more than that. Means it's being so much, so meaningful to me, so much.
Thank you so much.
And I have a dream in my life. Like I have many times I've dreamed like I'm being in that live kirtan which you are doing. So I have a big dream to be in that kirtan. I admire you a lot, that it took me a whole year to say these words out of me. I felt so shy from inside to say this word because of that when you admire someone and when you're inspired by someone, you have that position in your mind for that some person. But because of that thing, you just feel, how will I say all these words? How will these words come out of me? And that's because it took so long time. But you are such an inspiration for me. Thank you so much for giving me association. I'm
Thank you.
really, really blessed to be here. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Anmol. It's so kind of you. So I completely know that feeling when you, I also think about that sometimes. If I would meet, heroes of mine, what will I say? How will I convey how I feel and how much they inspire me? And it really means a lot to have your encouragement and your presence here. And I always see your name and I see you here, and you've been here for a long time. Whereabouts are you based, actually? Or where do you live?
I live in Kanpur. It's like 300 kilometers from Vrindavan.
Okay.
So I've been there many times.
Okay, in Kanpur, yeah. So
Yes.
hopefully, I hope that I can come back to India at some point. I
Please,
don't know.
please
The
come to
pandemic
India.
has made it a bit difficult. But hopefully by early next year, I'm praying that will be possible, because I haven't been able to go anywhere.
And congratulations to you for your upcoming life. May Radha Damodar bless you for that. Very heartily congratulations.
Thank you.
Yes.
Actually, I was wondering if, do you want to come and say hello? My fiance is here, so he's never come on this group, but I thought he might come too.
Hare Krishna.
Siskula Pradeep. So everyone gets to give their blessings. So it's a much smaller group today, but anyway, we request all of your blessings. So today we're going to the place where we're going to the site where the wedding's going to be. It's outdoors, and we're just going to go and see it again, and yeah, got many things to do, but it was wonderful to see you all, uplifting to see you all.
Thank you so much.
So I think we'll finish now. So thank you so much for your blessings, Pasha. And sorry, I should have said a bit more about you. Then I got shy. Kula is a priest, and he's a chaplain. A chaplain, in case you don't know what a chaplain is, they offer spiritual care in different settings, sometimes in a hospital or prison or other environments, sometimes schools, universities. So that's what he does during the week, and then on the weekend normally he serves at the Bhakti Center. He's a priest there, and yeah, that's where we met, and we keep meeting there. Yeah, but he's a very, very encouraging, and he encourages me to do things like this, to come connect with you all, and and everything else. Okay, so I think let's finish, because I just saw the time. I can't remember if there was something else I was going to share with you. Yeah, the next session is going to be back at the usual time, 12 on May 8th, which in the US is Mother's Day. And just by coincidence, I had asked my mom to come and do that session with me. So I don't know if we're going to do it as a themed discussion, or we'll just have a chat. But if you do have any thoughts or any questions or things regarding that, knowing that my mom will be there, you can send them. That will be nice. Anything else for this coming month? No, I think that's it. So yeah, I'm getting married at the end of the month, so I'll probably be a little off the radar, but please think of us. And my brother is actually getting married 2 weeks after me in Chicago, so my whole family are coming over, and it's going to be a more than a month long, I guess, family celebration. So yeah, thank you for your good wishes. And are you on Wisdom of the Sages today? No, I'm not. So we'll be sharing the recording later, and I hope you get to also tune into some of my 100-day project. We're going to try and keep it going through this time. Yeah, it was. I know Emma says it's brave to take on the 100-day challenge. I think it's more of a lifeline for me, actually, to do something like that, because I'm the kind of person, once I get into organization mode, I can get a little obsessive and intense about everything. And I wake up in the morning thinking about all the long to-do lists. So knowing that there's something I have to do in the day that's not anything related, but it's just like, okay, you have to sit and sing something, that helps me a lot. So yeah, we'll see how it goes. Thank you all so much for being here. And I apologize, we didn't... Oh yes, Radhika mentioned, yes, I completely forgot. I did want to mention this global puja that is going on today for Ukraine. I don't know if anyone has the link, you could post it in the chat, but I actually also forgot the timing that it's taking place. But there's a puja that is happening in 3 locations today. In New Vrindavan, which is a community in West Virginia, Simhachalam, which is a community in Germany, and also in Ahobilam, this very holy place in South India. Jennifer, thank you for posting the link, and I guess if you click on the link, you'll see the timing. It's going on at different timings because of the different time zones that are involved, but it's a wonderful opportunity to connect with something that is a beautiful ritual, a ceremony, a prayer, and there'll be obviously a lot of kirtan. I know Achyuta Gopi is singing Madhava Das, for those of you that know of him. He's also going to be singing. So yeah, I will probably tune into that too. Thank you for the reminder. And yeah, okay. If you feel like unmuting, you want to say anything or shout anything or send your blessings, just 1 minute more, and then we will finish for today.
Hare Krishna, thank you.
Hey Ben.
Thank you and congratulations.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
That's
So
good
happy for
news.
you.
Thank you. We wish we could, well, I wish we could copy you and get married in Bangladesh. But not possible. Be happy to, yeah. But Manu is coming.
Oh, it's
Oh,
wonderful.
wow.
It's great.
Yeah. Are you taking part in you don't live close to Simhachalam, right?
No, no. Also, we couldn't make it this weekend, but I was watching before,
Mm-hmm.
and I think it's going on until late tonight.
Okay. Okay, great. I'm going to try and tune in now. Oh, yes, Krishna Das is also singing. Thank you for mentioning Krishna Das. And then also, I believe, Eddie Stern, the well-known yoga teacher, will be sharing something, I believe. Yeah, it's really... in fact, we didn't speak anything about Ukraine. I guess it's on many people's minds just naturally because it's in the news and everything. But of course, we are praying for everyone. And although I didn't mention it on this session, I may post in the group. I can't recall now if I posted it. I think I just put it on my newsletter, but there have been a few fundraising efforts that I've been supporting, and I do encourage you to support where you can. It's just ongoing, and of course, very, very just, yeah, it's hard to find words actually to speak about what is happening right now, but I know that there are many, many people there who are exhibiting immense courage, and also not only courage, but in the midst of the tragedy of what's happening, they're trying to serve others all around them in so many different ways. So maybe I'll share a post more on that perhaps later on or tomorrow. But yeah, please do tune into that global puja. It will mean a lot. Okay, I'm going to sign off because we have to shoot off for our duties today. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful rest of your day.
Thanks so
Thank
much.
you for being here. Haribol.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye. Haribol.
Bye,
Thank you.
everybody.
Thank you.
Bye, Krishna.